Hey, I'm Rick Pewe for Gone Jeepin', and we got a neat vehicle today. It's bright, it's red, and it's one of a kind. I'm here with Roy Wallace.
Hey,
known you for a few years.
Yes, I have.
He's an old Jeeper, not old, but he's done Jeeps for many years. And right now, I'd say your passion is kind of like FCs because you're one of the few people that know a heck of a lot about them.
That's true.
And
I've had 11 of these trucks.
11 trucks.
Yeah, over the years, and it's an addiction like most Jeeps and stuff are.
Oh, sure.
And this particular truck I've had for about 20 years. We found it up in the mountains and brought it back and started fixing it up, and then my son got involved with building it. And we just had a great time with it. You know?
That's cool. And it's a 62, right?
Yep, 1962.
Okay, and an FC 170, which is like the 1-ton version. Some of them had dual rear wheels, which means there was a F170D RW. That's not this one.
No, that's not this
but
one.
This is just the heavy duty version. FC, of course, means forward control. And you drive right here. So it's really creepy going straight down a hill because you feel like you're going to go over forward.
Yes.
And the original ones had, how big was the weight in the back? 800 pounds?
Yeah, they had the FC 150s, which were a shorter version of this.
Shorter wheelbase.
Yeah, they had like a 230-pound weight underneath the back bumper. For that very reason, because I've talked to guys who are actually Jeeping these things, and they go down a gully and they do like this action. They always have to get out and push them back over. So
You're right. That's right. And actually, probably the most rare part of these vehicles now is still the windshield. Hard to
actually,
get?
No, there actually is a company making these things. What's
Really?
really hard is the cab corners.
Really?
People are always wanting to replace the cab corners.
Well,
the
we used to buy
still
FCs just for the windshield.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't care about the rest, but you know, that was back in the day when no one else cared either.
Yeah, there still
Some
is
crazy
one company.
people like us.
There still is one company making windshields.
That's awesome. Well, I may buy one then. An FC. All right, so this one is pretty unique. It's obviously not stock.
Correct.
It's beyond stock. It's really cool. What's the drivetrain?
Underneath all of this, there's a 5.3 LS motor, and behind that is a 6L80 transmission, followed by a 208 transfer case. And then the axles, we have a corporate 14 bolt in the back and a Dana 60 up front, and both of those have 513 gears and posi. So
basically, it's like a well-built K10 truck.
Okay.
In a way, or K20 actually. It's 3/4 1-ton. It's got the right transmission. It's got an LS Chevy V8. I mean, everything you need. It's nothing that's going to break on you. You did that for durability?
Yes, durability and availability of parts.
Got it.
Because I found out something when we were down in Mexico with my other truck. We had an MSD distributor on that, and the distributor decided to grenade on us.
Yep.
And try to find one of those in Mexico.
Nope, that's why you go stock.
Right.
So what about the bumper? This is cool.
Yeah, this bumper is actually a Warren Elite bumper, and we've modified it a little bit on the wings to make it cover the body a little bit better. And then inside the bumper, we got the Warren Zeon 10,000-pound winch. So
you've done quite a bit of custom fabrication, because I almost guarantee you this is not in their catalog for an FC.
No, my son was able to duplicate the lines of the body here, so it makes it fit really nice. And,
see, that's attention to detail.
Yeah, that's just what we do.
Yeah, that's cool. What about the suspension?
Stock suspension, we're still using stock leaf-sprung suspension. We do have the Bilstein shocks on all 4 corners.
Yeah. And tires and wheels?
Tires and wheels, we got the Falken Wild Peak RTs. Mounted on the Raceline Rhino wheels.
And those are 37s?
They are 37s. No, actually, these are 38s.
These are 38s, and they actually fit that wheel well real well, except for the strange part is this is not a factory flare.
No, there's actually a couple of things going on here. So, yes, it wouldn't fit in a stock position.
But it's a Jeep flare.
It is, that's off a TJ.
There you go.
Rear fender of a TJ. And we also took and modified the back of here. See how it follows the body line?
Right.
We've taken and grafted that to make that work. I've
That's
also
cool.
taken the sheet metal and took 1.5 inches out of the front and 2 inches out of the back to open bigger tires.
And that's why it fits so proportionally with that large tire.
Yes.
That's cool. What about inside?
Well, inside, we've got all custom interior, custom dash. That dash is, as an original one, it only been about halfway across the cab, and then the other part was open. So I customized it all the way across with a glove box. And if you notice the shape where the instrument cluster and the glove box door, It's the same shape as the front of the truck, or like a CJ5.
Yeah.
So it still has that same Jeep shape to it.
That's true, it does.
And then we've used Bartack seat covers that are actually on some TJ seats.
Those are cool.
And then we've used that same material for the door panels and throughout the interior.
So when you're getting in from this side, I take it your actual footstep is first going to be the locking hub?
Well, yeah, you can step on the hub.
Right, you go right here.
Yep, you can step there. And we've also got a handle up there, which if anybody knows anything about like Chevy Tahoes or Suburbans, they'll recognize that handle.
It's like it's made for you. This is perfect. So, obviously that's kind of where the Jeep part ends.
Yes.
End of the cab.
Pretty much, yes.
And then this looks like almost a hand-built creation. The box. It's a combination box and flatbed.
Yeah, this is a tray that Summit Expedition Trucks out of Canada built for us.
Okay.
And they're a bunch of old Willys guys up there that when I told him about the project, he was on board like right quick. He knew what the truck was. He was excited to work with us on making something fit. And they did an outstanding job on the thing. It's all aluminum.
Yep.
We had the custom toolboxes because nothing's going to be off the shelf to fit this thing.
Right.
And then making everything fit on this frame, we actually had to we took all the original body mounts off and custom made it fit to make this fit here.
Sure.
So it's worked out really well.
Yeah. A tray back, like we're in Australia.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Nate, that's cool. And you got steps in the rear, so it's actually functional.
Yes. Yep. And they fold up pretty good out of the way too. That's one of the concerns I had.
And then the rear bumper?
The rear bumper, it's a rugged ridge rear bumper that we add in there just to make it look a little more cleaner.
Yeah.
And then we also have a pull-out tray back here too.
Oh, check this out. Wow. Whoa.
A lot more storage.
Woo. I'll say.
Yeah, that makes it handy.
Well, if you have a vehicle like this, you're probably going to be using it on service calls.
Yeah.
Carrying everybody else's stuff.
It's funny you should say that because this truck has actually been purposely built. Notice there's two tires back here.
I do.
Why is one there? Why is one there?
Good question.
That one there is for the truck. This one here is for the race truck.
Aha.
Because we're help out a race team and we go down to Baja and we get stuck in a remote pit. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? We need to be able to have their tire back here with their equipment, and we can put a tire back here up to a 40-inch back here, and be able to take and rack that on a truck if he needs it in a remote pit. And that's what this has basically been tasked for.
And at that remote pit, if you're waiting hours and hours, you can take a nap in your rooftop tent.
That's right, because remote pit means remote. We may not be back for a little while, so that's why we have that.
No, that's a beautiful job.
Yeah.
And what about this bottom tray door?
It's locked. I'll have to unlock it.
Uh-oh.
Let me unlock it.
So that's where you keep the goodies.
Let me unlock it.
Ooh, that's
so
nice.
in here, we've got the dual batteries. We have one here and one on the other side, but notice right back here, master cylinders, reservoirs for our master cylinder. Now, you're probably wondering, why are they there and not up there? Okay, well, there's also another master cylinder reservoir up here.
Right.
And so with the configuration of the trucks, originally there would have been a master cylinder, which from there went down to all four wheels. Okay, I need power brakes. There's no room to put a brake booster up there. So what we did is we ran from there down to a slave cylinder underneath there. And we have like a Chevy truck master cylinder down there with the booster.
Interesting.
And with the slave cylinder, which came off of a clutch. And then that pushes on that, which activates the master cylinder. And what's interesting about that particular master cylinder, which when I was going through the junkyard looking for things, which I love a junkyard like I'm sure you do.
Of course, yeah.
So,
except they make me wear closed-toed shoes.
I can't picture that.
I don't get it.
But the master cylinder, the booster had this little thing on the side of it, and I'd never seen that. And I looked at that, I was like, what is that? Because there was a vacuum line coming into it, and then that was attached to the booster. And there's these wires coming out. And I'm going, okay, what is that? So I did a little research. What that is a, what are they called? In case you lose power on your motor or you lose vacuum, that thing comes on and creates vacuum.
It's a vacuum pump.
Basically is what it is. So how many times have you been on the trail and the engine dies and you're on the side of a hill?
And there goes your power brakes. They're now manual brakes.
Right. So I thought, bink, light comes on, have that where it comes on automatically for off-road purposes.
Why not?
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant. So I'm hoping that's going to work well for me.
Well, how many thousand pounds is this whole rolling rig?
I don't know yet. I'm going to guess 500 maybe.
Okay. I was saying at least 6.
Yeah, probably. I'm guessing in that area.
Okay.
I'll find out this weekend when we do the photo shoot.
All right. Let's take a look underneath. So,
what climber there with you?
What transfer case?
Okay, we've got a...
I could read it if I had some good eyes.
That's a 208 transfer case.
It is a 208.
Yep.
But, of course, slip out.
Yep. Yep, we got the JE Reel drive shaft back there.
He does nice work.
Oh, yeah, they do excellent
check
work.
out all your fans for cooling. What is this cooling?
Okay, that one you got your hand on there, that's actually for the transmission.
Okay.
And this one up here is for the air conditioning. For the condenser for that.
Yep.
And the reason why those are back here and not in the front of the truck, this has a fairly small radiator space up there, so I'm trying to keep all the heat off of the motor cooling and put it back here.
And look at how much space you have back here. Tons.
Yeah, there's tons back here.
Yep, and then you got, of course, the skid plate, glass member.
Yep.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and we got the MagnaFlow exhaust going all the way back, and we got the Bilstein, I think it was a 9200 series shocks.
Yeah, those are nice. And a 14 bolt.
Yep.
What, Detroit inside or Eden? What do you have?
No, they're just posi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regular stock stuff.
Yep, I didn't want to go with anything like lockers and that because I just, it's fine for what I do.
Exactly. Build it for the purpose it's intended for.
Yep.
So basically, how long did this part of the build? I know you've had it 20 years.
Right.
But once you said, oh, let's build it up and make it cool
to this level now, from where we were before to this level. Yeah. We've probably got a little less than a year on it.
That's really quick.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I've got a good resource of family and friends and sponsors that we're able to help.
It's a Jeep thing.
Yeah, it's a Jeep. Most people don't understand.
They don't really. All right, thank you so much, Roy, for spending some time. Check this out on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Gun Jeep, and we'll see you next time.